Welcome to our review on nuclear fusion. Now, this is our second type of nuclear reaction we've looked at, and the one that we've got to be very careful not to mix up the name with. In a nuclear fusion reaction, two small hydrogen nuclei are going to join together to make a helium nucleus, and as they do so, they will release heat energy. We will see nuclear fusion occurring in two key places we need to remember. Number one is stars, like our sun, and number two is in hydrogen bombs. Now, what we actually find is that these isotopes of hydrogen are fusing together to make helium and releasing large amounts of energy in both of those cases. In the case of our stars, obviously, that's going to generate all the heat that we actually use to survive on our planet, and in the case of hydrogen bombs, it's a very destructive form. If we were able to carry out a process of nuclear fusion to generate electricity, it would have some clear advantages. Number one, we wouldn't be creating any carbon dioxide. Secondly, there's no radioactive waste being produced. And finally, we would be producing very large amounts of energy. Because these experimental fusion reactors are incredibly expensive, we have a large number of countries that work together, so they're able to pool their resources, they're able to pool their money, and therefore that means that we're more likely to achieve this nuclear fusion, if it's possible, because we're going to have a wealth of different scientists, and also the funding is spread across a number of countries. In 1989, there was actually a group of scientists who claimed to have fused atoms at room temperature in a process called cold fusion. Now, other scientists obviously took that data and tried to repeat their findings, but nobody's actually been able to recreate this. So as a result of that, cold fusion is not accepted. So this is just an example of why scientists will publish all their reviews and their findings in scientific journals and go to scientific conferences to present their findings, so that then there can be this peer-reviewed process where other scientists can then try and replicate the process, replicate the results. If they can, then things become accepted. If they can't, they're generally going to be rejected.